One of the biggest challenges we have when we're presenting information at work is ensuring that our presentations are both impactful and memorable. So how good's your memory? Can you remember everything that was discussed during a call that you dialed into yesterday? Or maybe even just 3 key takeaways from a meeting you attended last week? So today's tool is going to help us to plan and structure our information to maximize recall and to maximize the impact we have on our audience. Today's tool is called Zoom Out, Zoom In, Zoom Out. And it takes advantage of the observation that almost every meeting we attend at work follows the same structure. We zoom out at the beginning to get the big picture, to make sure everybody's aligned. Then we zoom into the detail to look at each of the agenda items. Then we zoom out again at the end to ensure that everybody understands the key takeaways and next steps. Let's have a look at each of these steps in turn and think about how we can plan and organise the information in our presentations to maximise impact and recall. So let's begin by zooming out. And this is the big picture in the first couple of minutes of our meeting. Here's where we need to ensure that everybody knows what we're talking about, why it's important, how we're going to structure our meeting, and what that roadmap is going to be. Zooming out is about getting everybody aligned and everybody on the same page before we dive into the detail. Next, we can move on to zooming in. Zooming in is where we spend most of the time in our presentations, where we go through each of the agenda items in detail, discussing each one, agreeing action points and next steps. And here is where a lot of people make the mistake of trying to create slides or a script that they'll then try and read word for word. Instead of doing that, it's far easier just to list down maybe 5 or 6 bullet points, reminding you about each of the important points that you want to discuss. So think about some trigger words that you can list out either on your slides or in your notes that can help you navigate through each agenda item. Far easier than trying to write a long script. And finally, we move on to the last part of our meeting where we zoom back out again to the big picture. And this is where we say the magic words that captures everybody's attention. So your magic words might be in summary, in conclusion, in the last 5 minutes before I finish. And these words will give everybody a signal that you're nearly done and they better pay attention. So as we move into this part, we zoom out and we think about what are the recommendations, what are some key takeaways, what are the next steps that we need to agree, who's going to do what by when. So that's it, a 3-step process to structure every single presentation you make to ensure that you're maximizing your audience's recall and grabbing their attention all the way through your presentation.